Hey, how's it going, everybody? Charlie Wilson here, aka Sinister Charlie. Welcome back. So our new rules making basic boot camp tough again. I don't know. I went to boot camp. Granted, it was Navy boot camp, but it was boot camp back in 2004. I mean, people weren't like really getting beat down hard in terms of like I getting IT'd or PT'd and stuff a lot. It happened, but it wasn't really a big deal. And it's not like Full Metal Jacket or nothing or anything. It was pretty. It was probably the easiest part of the Navy, honestly. You kind of miss some of those moments. Doing mountain climbers until you puke, stuff like that. Anyway, let's go. I imagine it's not going to be as tough as it was, right after 9/11. But let's go.
Is it me or is basic training getting weaker? My drill sergeant sense is tingling, but that can only mean one thing. Basic training units are making drill sergeants weaker by telling them they can't swear or toss barracks.
Well, I mean, yeah, they said that back in my day, too. Usually when a drill instructor would swear, we wouldn't really care. But I did have one drill instructor, one of my friends, his it was boot camp 20 years ago. But, his name was Cockrum. And one of the drill instructors kept calling him Cock Rub, because he's smart like that. So eventually that guy got kicked out. He couldn't be a drill instructor anymore. I don't know why you'd need to say cock rub to be a good leader, but apparently he thought so, and he didn't get to be a red rope anymore. So, stuff like that. It seems kind of stupid, but whatever.
Looks like I'm gonna have to balance check basic training and bypass all these bullshit rules. Memos for this, memos for that. So many memos that the Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth, had to get involved and say no. Slamming people's in the toilet seat and saying no more of these stupid freaking rules. Oh, but Drill Sergeant, what are these dumb rules? I will show you the way, young private. One of them is there's no swearing anymore. Drill sergeants aren't supposed.
Well, that was a thing that was implemented even back in 2004. You weren't allowed to swear, technically, but that was still a rule back then. It's not a quality of good leadership, is the way they explained it to us, and it's not. You don't need to cuss all the time to get your fucking point across.
To swear because it makes them seem unprofessional.
It does.
Yeah, okay. Get the fuck over here, guy. Yeah, did that seem unprofessional or did it seem scary? Like I added a little bit of pizzazz. We'll break that one down in just a moment. Or how about another memo that says no more tossing barracks, drill sergeants?
Oh, well, that's
supposed to be the private's friend.
Well, that's ridiculous. That's part of boot camp.
And how can we befriend them and hug them and give them smooches if we're throwing their barracks all around because they're undisciplined little pieces of shit that don't know how to keep their gosh dang house clean? But thank God, the military's guardian angel, SecDef Pete Hegseth stepped in and said, no more of this bullshit. But enough of me chattering, let's get down to business and break down these stupid...
By the way, this isn't political. I don't really even like Pete Hegseth a lot. I'm not huge on Pete Hegseth.
Fucking memos. Memorandum for all company personnel subject. Policy letter number 8, profanity-free campus. Oh, we live on a campus now. I forgot. We are in college. These are college students meant to be coddled and swayed back and forth to sleep and not hear any bad words that they haven't already heard on television, YouTube. They're gosh dang Japanese anime, tentacle porn shit. The usage of profanity, vulgar language, rude gestures, or remarks are strictly prohibited.
Take away my anime.
While operating in official capacities during duty hours. Vulgar language? Oh, me. Rude gestures? Well, you can off. Such language does not align with the Army's core values and undermines the integrity of our soldiers and our formations. Therefore, it will not be tolerated in the 43rd Reception Battalion. Oh, you're going to tolerate it. You're going to tolerate the shit out of it. You know what? I'm going to read this the way that it sounds to me. Restrictions. Vulgar or disparaging language will not be utilized during meetings, briefings, training exercises, while addressing superiors, peers, or trainees. Vulgar or offensive language will not be displayed on any piece of clothing or personal effects at any time within the battalion footprint. Does this guy know we go to war? Is this dummy who wrote this stupid fucking memo that we're barely even halfway through? Does he know what the Army does? We got battalion mottos like kill them all. Isn't that?
That's not very professional at all.
Isn't killing your enemy vulgar, sir?
It's not
Maybe
professional.
we're supposed to be a little vulgar. Maybe we're supposed to be a little crude. Maybe we're supposed to be a little crass and offensive because the shit that we do is offensive. It's supposed to be. You think lighting people up from a minigun inside a UH-60 Blackhawk is supposed to be friendly and kind? These aren't real bullets that kill. They're friendship seeds.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's a lot more badass when you don't cuss and you say cute things as you kill people.
Look as
So I think
they
that's
sprout
better.
amongst all the men down there. They're laughing and giggling. Look as his arm, not vulgarly at all, falls from his body as he lies dead. Don't use vulgar language or swearing at peers. Oh, okay, so I can't be like, hey, Sergeant So-and-so, can you give me that f***ing thing over there with the stuff?
Oh, well, that's different.
Can you hurry the f*** up, please? I said please, sir. I said please. Get leader responsibility. It's up to all leaders to enforce this policy and create professional environment all soldiers are entitled to operate within as they complete their official duties. Oh, and this is my favorite part. Four-strike policy. This policy is punitive and can result in soldiers being issued a strike based off their behavior.
All right, well, I got to go back to that. On-the-spot verbal counseling, all right, that makes sense. Written, you're a chit. Counseling. Removal of favorable actions. Okay, I don't know what that means. Separation, whatever. Okay.
This policy is punitive and can result in soldiers being issued a strike based off their behavior. What are we in fucking baseball here? This is like a grown-ass man learning to kill shit and blow stuff up. And we got a four-strike policy. A four-strike. Tell me what the strikes are if I say some swears or something vulgar. Strike one. On-the-spot verbal counseling. Hey, don't do that. Okay.
There you go.
Okay, whatever. I guess I'll stop.
Yeah, I guess so.
Until you leave. Strike two, written counseling added to soldier's board
Until you
file.
leave.
What the is that gonna say? Drill Sergeant High said twice in a row one day, and therefore he should not be promoted because of the word said twice one time.
Mm-hmm. No,
Signed Captain Pansy Ass. Strike three, removal of favorable actions. What's so favorable? Your unit sounds like it fucking blows. You're gonna take away my leave because I said three times? Try that bullshit. When I throw that up the chain of command, hey, Battalion Commander Dickhead won't let me go on leave because I said three times.
Yeah, I don't know how that would go. Depends on the command, I guess. I guess if you're in like I was in the Seabees, right? So in my battalion, like in a battalion, it was like 400, 500 people in a battalion. Yeah, it's probably not. Yeah, they're probably not going to want to deal with that. So I get your point.
Try it. Try it. Oh, I would be your guy. I would be your guinea pig for this. Strike four. Chapter 1412B, separation for misconduct based on a pattern of behavior. Holy fuck. You're telling me if I say shit 4 times for one more good measure, you're gonna chapter me out of the military because I swore? I said shit 4 times, and now therefore I'm so undisciplined, I have to be kicked out of the military.
I know he's being boisterous and performative, but yeah, I imagine that's not how it's going to go. And these rules have existed for a long time before Hagseth got there or anybody else got there, like these cussing rules. Like I said, it existed back when I was in boot camp. It's not – it's a guideline generally. Like nobody's really going to take this up the chain of command because someone said shit a couple of times. So I get his point, though.
Because I said
I get you.
4 times? I can smell the non-deployment on this turd. Tell me you've never been overseas and actually had to deal with some stress or real-life issues to make a fucking memo that says, well, I don't think they should swear anymore. Get f***ed. It ends with, all soldiers, trainees, and employees deserve to be treated with dignity and respect when performing their duties or
That's not
operating
true
in the
at all.
43rd AG Battalion reception. The most productive work environment is one where employees and soldiers treat each other as they would like to be treated. All personnel, whether soldier, civilian, or employee, are entitled to be treated respectfully and courteously. Well, whoever wrote this memo, I don't respect you. You deserve 0 amounts of respect. Why? Because if I swear 4 times, you're gonna kick me out of the military. You see how fucking stupid that sounds?
Kind of stupid
What kind
when
of
you say it out loud.
dip doofus decided to write this and say, that's a good idea. Where's your fucking sergeant major? Where's your first sergeant? What? It says company. It says company. All company personnel, so there's a first sergeant. There better be a fucking first sergeant there who looked over this memo and said, hey, sir, this is dumb. Well, I hope you don't post that memo right away, because me saying dumb would have gotten me strike 1, wouldn't it, sir? What a pussy. Swear words are making the military a not so good place to work. No, your incompetence is. Your idiocy is. And speaking of idiocy, let's get on to today's next contestant. Memo number 2. Now, the last one was from Fort Leonard Wood, home of the engineers, and this one's from Fort Benning, home of the infantry. Infantry, a bunch of fucking babies. That's what this is run by. Let's break down what this brigade, I think, commander says. Subject, memorandum number 15, abuse of trainees.
Bay
Quote, bay tossing.
Which,
now, if you don't know what bay tossing,
I'll tell you before he does, because I want to be the one to do it. It's when they, like, you know, something's messed up in the barracks, like dirty or stuff's laying around out of place. They'll take your bunk and throw your bed, all of your belongings all over the place. It's a big old party.
tossing is. That's when I instill a little bit of discipline into my troops because they don't know how to clean their rooms. But it goes on into further detail a little bit later on in the memorandum. Let's go ahead and read on. Our mission is to provide competent, capable, and well-trained soldiers of good character ready to fight and win our nation's wars. There is no greater obstacle to the effectiveness of the IMT.
When's the last time we won a war? Just putting that out there.
Environment than the improper treatment of trainees. Abuse of trainees undermines the trust of the American public by violating Army values, disrupting military order and discipline, and destroying a positive training environment. Okay, that first paragraph makes sense. Don't abuse the trainees too much. You have to train them. We don't want to just beat them mercilessly until they break.
But it's fun.
And then leave them there as puddles of piss so that somebody else could be like, well, I guess we'll try to... No, we build them up. We tear them down, yes, but we build them up. But what does this brigade colonel think is abuse to trainees? The practice of bay tossing is strictly prohibited. Drill sergeants will not, quote, toss the bay to include flipping mattresses, knocking over wall lockers, touching and or damaging trainees' personal items or equipment. Drill sergeants will not use bay tossing for any reason to include methods of corrective action.
That's stupid. That's a dumb
So
one.
then, what do I do when the bay looks like shit?
I don't know.
Huh?
Punch him.
Tell me what I can do.
Beat him
Tell me
up.
what I can do. You're taking away from me, guy. So why don't you tell me what I can do when the bay looks like
Can you still PT them? Like, physical training or intensive training, possibly? I don't know. I don't know why I sound like Jeff Goldblum.
when they don't want to put their wall lockers dress right dress, when they don't want to mop or sweep, when they don't want to take out the trash from the gosh dang latrines and there's stains on the inside of the toilet bowl. Huh? What do I do then? Do I just write negative counseling for them and say they didn't do anything? Well, off. You actually don't know what you're talking about.
Fruit
because
off,
negative
sir.
counselings don't mean dick, do they? You gotta give like 30 of them for a trainee to get kicked out because of failure to adapt. Oh, you could just put down on paper a negative counseling. They're trainees. They don't even know what that means yet. They don't give a that you wrote down on a piece of paper that they suck. They need real consequences that they can deal with. And
Indeed.
one of them is tossing the bay. We're 2 weeks into basic training. I've told them the standards and taught it to them numerous times. And yet, a third of the bunks are still up. They don't know how to make their beds correctly. I've got bloated laundry bags filled with smelling clothing that they didn't wash the night before like they're supposed to. And I do what with it? I do what?
I forgot about that. We did laundry. I didn't do laundry, but there were people assigned to do laundry while I was in boot camp. I totally forgot about that. Huh. Anyway,
I
things
take
you
a little
forget, you know?
sticky note and I pin it to it, and then I say, "Well, you need to clean this up, letter." Well, can't swear at them either because they need everybody here in basic training to be. There was one guy on Twitter, the Buddy Command Sergeant Major, and his tweet got over 500,000 views and hundreds of comments, and everybody loved it. And do you know what it was? Do you want to know what it was, Colonel?
What was it?
It was hundreds of troops sharing how they got the smoked out of them and their barracks tossed, and how they loved it. How they were proud to tell other people they had gone through the gauntlet, survived, had a strong amount of
I don't know if I'd brag about it. It's just basic training.
discipline instilled in them,
It's
and
just
they
basic
carried
training.
on for their fantastic military careers. How everybody was braggadocious about who got it worse, or who had a more interesting way of getting smoked, or having their tossed, or having a drill sergeant say something to them. You're handcuffing us behind our backs, and it's not fair. Oh, you get to sit there in your high tower and on all of us doers. All the doers. We're the doers. You're the sayer. You're the officer. You say do this, and guess what we do? We do it. We're the doers. Stop with our job. And I love how the point of contact for this memo is a Command Sergeant Major. Hey there, Command Sergeant Major. You look stupid too. I don't know whose bright idea it was. I don't know. I don't feel like it's the officers. I feel like it's the Sergeant Majors. I feel like it's a private hugging Sergeant Major who says, like they all stereotypically do, "You know, when I was a drill sergeant, I smoked the shit out of people, and I broke all the rules, and I made really good troops. But now that I'm in charge, I'm going to slaughter every single one of you
Close
who
the
steps
door
even a
behind
little
you.
bit out of line. In fact, if you follow the rules, but it's a rule that I don't like, I'm still going to slaughter you." You look like you look dumb. What a freaking dumb memo that made everybody with their name attached to it
More
look
dumb.
dumb.
There you go.
Oh, and guess who agrees with me? SecDef Pete Hegseth. Because just days after this stupid barracks tossing memo came out, guess what happened? They rescinded it.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
there you
almost
go.
like it got so much backlash that people above, the idiots who wrote this memo, said, "Hey, what the are you doing? You look absolutely
that's good.
ridiculous. Maybe
Well, then what are we complaining about? Problem solved.
maybe basic training's supposed to be hard.
I get it, though.
Maybe leave the doers alone." And now I quote the rescinding memo. Memorandum for record. Subject, policy memorandum number 15. Abuse of trainees, bay tossing, is rescinded. You don't say. The 197th Infantry OSIT. Oh, it's infantry. Oh, An infantry brigade got told, "Don't flip the barracks, they're infantry, they're too soft." Oh, you're never gonna live it down. Oh, you're never gonna live
infantry.
it down. Engineers coming over here up, and the infantry's in their base like, "Please don't kick my soft shoes and boots across the bay. Please, drill sergeant."
Please.
Queen of Battle is right. The 197th Infantry OSIT Policy Memorandum number 15 is rescinded as of 3 August 2025. And thank frickin' God. Now, it's my understanding that word got all the way up to the SecDef and some other people, and, well, they came down. Higher-ups came down on that Infantry OSIT Brigade. And they said, "You better rescind that because we're not going to be building pansies on the front line. So how about you take that dumbass memorandum, rescind that scrunch it up real nice and tight, and shove it way up your candy ass." But did the Secretary of Defense stop there? No, because when you're clearing house, you might as well keep that momentum going, baby. And he added this additional fantastic internet moment, which is make basic great again. Hegseth looks to return drill sergeant shark attacks to basic training. Posted by the man himself. Oh yeah, coming back up to basic training land, getting ultra motivated.
It's not the best Randy, but, who can? Who can do a Randy? I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, getting rid of that 100 yards and bringing back the shark attack. Oh yeah, shark's coming up. Coming up and down, looking and smelling blood in the water. Oh yeah. If you think that you can escape a drill sergeant's sense, you will not, because it is always tingling, Private. Oh yeah. Now for some of us, shark attacks haven't exactly left.
Yeah, I know.
Somebody kept doing them anyways. Well, at least the good ones did. So finally, I have some good news to bestow on all you weirdos. Basic training's coming back, baby. Hotter and heavier than ever. We're going back to the early
So
2000s.
hot.
So shine those boots. Make sure they're dressed underneath those bunks of yours.
That is a. I don't know. Those are some shitty bunks, dude. We had like the bunks that like open up, and I don't know if it's just a Navy thing, but you have like compartments inside. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Cause I'm gonna be low crawling with my red lens underneath your bunks looking for whoever's passed out on fire guard. See you soon, Fort Leonard Wood. Get back here! Oh, you got the mustache still. Oh, that's all right.
Oh,
Bringing
right.
back the shark attack? How exciting. And you know what else is exciting?
No.
Boom! New shirts from me.
No.
That's right. You've got your action figure drill sergeant. Comes with knife hand accessories. And barracks party. Speaking of toss in the bay, how about a barracks party? That's what a barracks party can be. Toss in the bay and f***ing it up. Or it's already fucked up and now you've got to unfuck it. Remember the good times and the bad times.
All right, I will.
Cheapest way to support the channel is leave a comment. What do you think about Shark Tank coming back? What do you think about that? What do you
That's
think about
pretty
that?
cool.
I'm so
I don't
fucking
know.
excited.
Why are you asking me?
Also, what do you think about these memos? Made. Am I right? All right. See you next time, weirdos.
Beep up a da ba dib a doo. Okay. There you go. Oh, I didn't like it. I usually like these videos like immediately when I pull them up. Hey, can I like it? Thank you. Yeah, that's Angry Cops. Go sub to Angry Cops. I'll put the link in the description. You guys can find out for yourselves how cool it is. Yeah, and please like and subscribe to my channel down below. Yeah. And if you got any suggestions for any other videos, please put them in the comments. I will get to them eventually. Honestly, this stuff has existed for a long time, like in different memorandums and stuff like that. It's just people generally didn't snitch on other people. Like a lot of us, like except for that cockroom story, we didn't really snitch on drill instructors unless it was like really bad. And that was kind of bad because the guy kept calling him cock rub for like a month. And it was like, all right, this is stupid. Why does he keep calling me that? Does he want to have sex with me? It's weird. I feel bad for that guy. It's an unfortunate name. We also had a guy whose name was Sample. So his name was Seaman Sample. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And bye.